morning. Today is the day of the scan and I'm really so excited and also completely freaking out. It's really early here and the boys are still asleep. I couldn't sleep, I was awake just lying there, so I thought let me get up and just spend some time grounding myself before they wake up. Why am I freaking out? One, there's a global pandemic, which means Eli is not allowed to come to the scan, but that means Scott can't come either because we're in a lockdown. We can't arrange a babysitter for him, so I'm going to go on my own, which, you know, it's kind of sad. It's the first time we get to meet the new baby and we wanted to do it together, of course. And also today is the day that we hopefully find out everything is okay and we can start telling people, which is going to be amazing because it's been so horrible telling people that we're not leaving the house and we're on self-isolation, but not really giving them a good enough reason for that. Like before the lockdown, we stopped going out, we stopped seeing people, and it was just a bit weird just saying, oh yeah, no, we're not going out, but we're not sick. So it's going to be really cool to be able to tell everyone. Yeah, so really excited about today, but also freaking out a bit. So I'm going to spend some time by myself. I'm going to do my journal, drink my tea, do some yoga. I'm hoping I'm going to fit all of that in before Eli wakes up in about half an hour. We'll see. Stick around and find out what it's like to go for your 12-week scan during a global pandemic and on lockdown. I can hear a little person. Morning. Are you awake? Coming upstairs with Mummy.
Daddy,
I wish you could come.
You feel that. Just call me when you're finished.
Yeah.
There you go.
See you in a bit. We're on our way to the hospital, driving during a lockdown, and the sun is shining, which isn't making for a great video, but is making for a beautiful day. I've seen quite a few people on the road, to be fair. Everything's definitely shut. I'm just really nervous that there's going to be some sort of a roadblock or something. Like, police are going to be saying, where are you going? Even though I've got a good enough reason, I still feel like nervous about it. I've got my notes here with my appointment letter in and also my ID to hand, so I can get that out quickly. I think the really scary thing about this COVID-19 is just no one knows. So you hear mixed messages on the news about pregnancy, because what they're saying is we're being overcautious and you really don't need to worry, but you know, it's much better to be safe than sorry. So part of you's thinking, okay, so it's all right. Like if you listen to people on the news, they're saying we really don't think there's much to worry about. However, they don't have any data on anyone who's been pregnant in the early stages and gone on to deliver, obviously, because it's so new. So it really leaves you in complete limbo as to how to be. Like, you have to be overly cautious in that sense. But I just think, number one, I don't want to get COVID-19 and end up really ill. Of course I don't. I've got a little boy at home that needs me. And two, they don't know what might happen. This first scan is all about, is the baby well? So you're going to this first scan already thinking, oh God, I hope the baby's okay. And then on top of that, you're thinking, I've got to try and get to this scan, see people and get home without contracting this virus that could end up being really damaging for both of us. Okay, we've arrived at the hospital. I guess I'm going to put my mask on now. So that will do. You see my eyes, my glasses steaming up when I breathe. That's not going to work. I feel really over the top. All right, guys, I'm going in. All right, so I'm here. I've checked in. Basically, got to the front door, and the security guy from behind the desk was like, "Can you stand 2 meters back? Have you had a cough? Have you had a temperature? Are you well? Has anyone else in your household had a cough, had a temperature? Is everyone well for the last 7 days?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Okay, use the hand sanitizer, go upstairs." So came upstairs and checked in, and everything so far seems fine. I seem to be the only one wearing a mask and gloves, which I've taken off because my hands were sweating and it was unbearable. I've only just got here. There's like 3 other mums here. Normally this building is really, really busy. Apart from it being quiet and the added security at the door, everything seems totally normal so far. Just had my blood tests done, weight, blood pressure, height, and doctor was normal, not really wearing a mask or gloves, and not really keeping her distance, to be honest. So I guess everything here is coming on as normal. Hey, come outside for some fresh air while I wait for the blood test results. They wouldn't let me film the scan, which is really disappointing. I wanted to show it to Scott when I got home, obviously, but everything is well. The baby's fine, baby's good. He was moving around a lot, so it took a lot longer than they anticipated. I'm saying it's a he because I think it's a boy, and they have 60% predicted it's a boy, even though they've said they can't really tell at this stage. So I'm gonna call Scott and tell him the good news. Hi. 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 Yeah, well, so far so good. Basically, they've done the scan. They said that everything's fine. They're just waiting for the blood test results to come back, and then should have the all clear. They think it's a boy. They can't. They did. She was very quick to say they can't tell, but she was like, 60%.
How much percent?
60.
Okay. You gonna say bye, mummy? Oh, kissing the phone.
Oh, thank you, baby. I love you. Okay, we are done. We are on our way home. The scan is complete. It's all good news. Everything is as it should be at this stage from what they can tell. Yeah, really, 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 really happy with that. I was really getting quite anxious. I'm gonna go home now and celebrate with my boys. What can I tell you about going for a scan during lockdown? Well, there really wasn't much difference, to be honest. Everybody seemed to just be getting on with life as normal. I spoke to a midwife friend of mine who worked at the hospital across the road, and she said they had 2 confirmed cases of coronavirus on the labour ward, and I was right to be wearing my mask, so I don't know what the others are doing. Anyway, life is good. I'm happy. Baby's well, looking like a boy. I don't know how we're going to choose another name for a boy, because Eli was born before we could agree on anything for him. The moral of the story is it wasn't that bad. I thought it was going to be horrible. I thought it was going to be like some kind of movie and Scott wouldn't be there, but it was fine. We did it. We got through it. The baby's fine, which is the main thing. Happy for that. Can't even ask for more than that. You know, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, this is our second baby. We already had the first baby where Scott came to every appointment and every scan, and it was, you know, beautiful and magical. this baby is being born under slightly different circumstances, and it is what it is. We'll make the best of it. As long as he's healthy and we're all happy and together, it will be fine. If you're pregnant and going through all these same challenges as me and having these mixed emotions about the excitement of being pregnant and also, you know, having to do it through these really strange times, drop me a comment. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to connect. Subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be talking loads about how to have a healthy pregnancy, mind, body and soul during isolation, during a global pandemic, and just anyway,